Hi everybody, it's Honest John. Occasionally, I like to go out to a casino and play slots. There's no skill in what I do. Sometimes I come home a little bit ahead. Most of the time, I come home behind. Uh, the odds are always with the house. I get it. But when I lose my money, I don't expect anybody to come rescue me. My gambling only affects me. Now, sometimes Wall Street invests in businesses or in state and municipal governments, stocks and bonds. You buy stock in a company that you think is going to grow, and if you're right, you make some money. Or you can invest in commodities, and if the commodities go up in value, you make some money. In the case of bonds, you're promised that you buy these bonds from these local, state, federal governments, and you're guaranteed a low rate of return, but you are guaranteed a very small profit. But some of what Wall Street does is just plain gambling. Credit default swaps. The banks, they bundled all these mortgages together. Thousands of them. Some of them good loans, some of them bad loans. And then people gambled on those loans. And the problem with that was that when the whole thing collapsed and the economy went down, a lot of those good loans were turned into bad loans because people lost their income. They lost their jobs. And then there were derivatives. Now, derivatives is gambling plain and simple. You make a bet, for example, that the Korean stock exchange is going to rise or fall over the next 3, 6 months, a year. The only difference between that and a slot machine is that there are no flashing lights and bells. Now, if rich people want to gamble, I don't have a problem with that. But I don't want them to be doing it with somebody else's money. I don't gamble with somebody else's money. Why should they? This is one of the reasons we need to bring back Glass-Steagall. Commercial banks and investment banks are not the same thing, and they should not be mixed together. A failure on Wall Street should not jeopardize a family's life savings. And too big to fail is too big to exist. We have a very, very few banks right now, and they're investment banks and commercial banks mixed together. So that should be broken up, and then those investment banks should be divided up into smaller entities. They should be small enough so that if they fail, they simply go out of business with a minor impact on the economy. One idea might be to have one set of investment banks that do stocks and bonds and separate them from the ones that do credit swaps and derivatives. That way we would separate the investors from the gamblers. Then the rich people can do what they want. Have fun, gamble. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. They can even put in flashing lights and bells. Thanks for listening.